Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, Messages from Venus. You guys, I hope that you guys are doing a-okay during this quarantine. I'm so happy to be back on program, back on schedule. You guys, I am going to be, this is your full moon reading for the flower moon for May the 7th. If you see that the camera kind of moves around or there's like extra noise in the background, it's because my amazing 5-month-old cat is playing behind the camera. And this was what some of the days of quarantine are going to be looking like for me, because I have yet to start my other full-time job. So here we go with this situation. And let's see. So this is a full moon, and this is May the 7th. And as you guys know, I'm doing pick a card readings. You guys can pick starting from now, starting from before this video, and choose to see which one of these two decks you guys are going to choose for the message that's coming about for this day. You guys can take this as a daily message. You guys can take this as fortune telling and tarot reading, whatever you want to take it as, whatever message it brings to you, whatever comfort, discomfort it brings to you. You guys, this is an open platform. You guys can always talk about it in the comments, and I'm always willing to respond. So you can choose from now. Inhale, exhale, and then you guys can make your choice. I'm going to start with this deck of cards because it's a deck of cards that I've been working with this entire week on my own. So let's start with this pile, and then let me leave them here just in case my cat wanders around. And then I'll give you guys the messages now. So let's get started. Okay, you guys, so a lot of us are having fear of success, and we're kind of like retracting ourselves or moving in a backwards manner at the moment. I know that the world is going through a pandemic, but we need to grasp all these emotions and put these emotions to work. For example, sometimes water can rule, you know, our emotions. Water can rule everything we do. Sometimes we can like kick and scream. We want to yell, but everything has a moment. There's a moment for absolutely everything when it comes to times like these that are very uncertain. I also feel like a lot of you guys are way too focused on this pandemic. You need to turn off your televisions and see if you can like write yourself a list of things that you would like to manifest once this is done and over with, and start focusing on the goals that you need to focus on, as opposed to being stuck on social media and being too focused on things that are not a priority. Trust me, this goes for me as well. A lot of us are going to get calls from jobs. Once we finish the pandemic, it's going to be like, you know, 2, 3, 4 calls at the same time. But watch for these experiences, watch for these cycles, watch for these so-called opportunities, because they're not going to last. Most of them are going to be either part-time jobs or like jobs that are contract work, per diem work. If you want to take them on, take them on, but don't like put all your eggs in one basket. I feel, for those of you that chose this, for those of you that are going through breakups and relationships and situationships, etc., I feel like a lot of you guys are doing the same thing that you're doing with jobs. You're putting all of your eggs in one basket, and it's becoming a burden. It's becoming more hurtful because you're giving more than what you're receiving, and it's because some of you guys are more mature than the people that you guys are dating at the moment. I feel like the other person is very thoughtful. This person is always thinking about you. This person is always loving you. This person is always thinking about you. But this person also thinks about the way that you might hurt them in the future, and so they're holding back a little bit. They're holding back more than what they should be at the moment, or what you think they should be holding back at the moment. A lot of us have to also be careful with like wishful thinking. You know, sometimes we can manifest, sometimes we can think like, you know, this is something that we want to do, this is something that we don't want to do, think it, but we never go through with the plans. whatever you think needs to take action, and you also need to be passionate about whatever it is that you're thinking for it to be able to manifest the way that you want it to manifest. I also feel like the next like 10 months are gonna be the next 10 months of whoever chose this side of the deck is going to be very stressful, but these experiences, these heartaches, these pains, these stresses are going to take you somewhere where you didn't even think was possible of going. It's very important. Whatever you're learning, take it with you, and don't push back. Okay, don't look back, don't push back unless it's some sort of retrograde happening. Don't redo anything unless you're being told to by the universe. For some of you guys, I feel like there's love triangles happening, and they're not going to be successful because someone somewhere along the line is going to become pregnant, I feel. And the other two people that are not pregnant, or the other two people that are looking into the situation, don't see this as something that's actually beneficial. It's going to be a pregnancy that's going to cause a lot of physical stress, and it's going to put a lot of physical strain on your body. And it's going to be on your body, not even your thoughts, your emotions, but just on your body. It's going to be a difficult pregnancy where you're probably going to have to be on bed rest after the first 6 months of the pregnancy. For those of you that are signing paperwork and legalities, make sure that you sign them quickly before the next 3 months. So between now and the next 3 months, start whatever contracts you want to start and finalize them. Even though if Mercury goes retrograde between now and the next 3 months, this is the perfect time for you to finalize things, because it's like these contracts were put on the table before. You didn't want to analyze, you didn't want to see them, but you're going to see them now, okay? And it's like perfect timing. Perfect timing. Andrea, I'm not quite sure. Something with that name or that frequency. Get rid of attachments that aren't healthy for you. Stop being so attached to things, people, places, and things that aren't doing you any good at the moment. Because if I feel like you are getting the money that you were owed, you are getting resources, you're getting the things that you're supposed to get at the moment, you're getting the things that you need to get. So make sure that you keep a balance between the things that you need to get and like getting rid of the things that you don't need to get. Otherwise, it's going to cause a clash of serious anxiety. I see for those of you that have are obsessed with tigers, lions, or are a Leo, make sure that you allow your wings to fly, that you allow people to see the best part of you, that you are not afraid of moving forward with the things that you need to move forward with, whatever it is that you're thinking to start new. Don't be afraid of expressing it to your friends, family members, etc., because everyone's going to be there to high-five you. You guys, that noise is my cats, just so you know. But everyone's going to be there to be supportive of the things that you are looking forward to. Make sure that you don't become a Debbie Downer and like look down on yourself. I also feel like for those of us that can light candles, light a candle to our ancestors, you guys, because they are doing a lot for us in other realms and other spaces. Ancestors are very important. We kind of like forgotten about our ancestors in some way, shape, or form in the midst of everything that's going on, to be able to balance you off, because I feel like a lot of things are going through your mind that aren't going through in the physical world, and you're kind of like opening portals or opening situations and scenarios to manifest themselves that are not beneficial to you in the physical planet or in this physical realm. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this portion of the reading, that it resonates to you guys, and I'll be moving forward to the next set of cards. You guys will probably see like my cat's tail moving around because she can't stay still, because she's still a kitten. She's about 5 months. Say hello, Victoria. Say hello with your paws. Say hello. Say hello. Yes. Go play. Go play. All right. So for those of you that chose this deck or this set of cards, I feel like I'm going to move forward with, no, Victoria, with the oracle cards as the messages. instead, or vice versa. So let's just take a second and see what messages are coming forward. Okay, so you guys, we need to, again, emotions. Whatever parasites have harmed you in the past, whatever parasite, I guess you can look at forgiveness, whatever parasite or person has hurt you in the past, you have to let them go. Be free yourself, indulge in forgiveness, even though it's something that is more easier said than done, because especially if someone's still hurting you, if they're still kind of like you know, giving you some sort of hope that things are going to turn out the way that you both hope that they will turn out, but it's, you know, in your heart that it's not going to happen. We have the cow, nourishment, abundance, asking and receiving. So also, if you guys do not give forgiveness, if you guys don't release certain things, you cannot expect other people to give it back to you. So release it into the universe, and it'll come back to you in the form that's beneficial for you, not just for the other person. Then we have the deer, gentleness, diplomacy. I feel like a lot of us are going to have to enter into a state of being where we will have to be the leaders, where we will have to be assertive, where we're being asked to come outside of our own alchemy, where we're not sometimes supported in the best way possible, where we are not looked up at as leaders, but the universe is asking you to do so that you can step outside of your comfort zone. So that you can step outside of your comfort zone and be the leader that you need to be, and be as careful and as loving but assertive that you need to be at the moment. Because otherwise, you guys won't reach like the place where you need to reach at this moment. I feel like back in March, a lot of us should have been forgiven. We should have been showing forgiveness. A lot of us should have been showing a ridiculous amount of forgiveness and the abundance of forgiveness, so that we were able to move forward now and step into our own power now. But we didn't do so, and I feel like it's like another round of like, okay, so are you ready to forgive now, or you're still stuck in the past? So we have to let the past go. Anything from the past. It doesn't have to be exactly what you're asking for. It doesn't have to be exactly what you're asking for, but it has to be something from the past. Release it. It can be a piece of clothing. It could be a piece of jewelry. It can be anything that reminds you of the past. Let it go. And that's a way of releasing. That's a way of releasing. The next card that we have is the Hawk, omens and messages. I feel like a lot of us are probably going to be looking at this video or listening to this video, and you're going to be like, oh, this is what I was supposed to be doing, or this is something that I you know, had like some sort of premonition that I was supposed to have, but I just needed to hear it from somewhere else or someone else. Know that this is the universe giving you the exact guidance that you need at the moment to be able to fulfill the things that you need to fulfill. Okay. Let me see something here. Then we have love. Now, if you guys are in a relationship where you need to forgive, right? You guys are in a relationship where you guys need to show forgiveness, and this person continues to hurt you, release them with love, because then that means you're in a higher frequency than they are, and they can either fall off or follow you. That's the thing. But you have to take the risk to allow yourself to know that they can, you can allow them to fall off. With love as well, just because they're not loving you the way that you want them to love you doesn't mean that they're not loving you. They're loving you. It's just not the way that you anticipated for them to love you, that you were told that they were going to love you, or in the abundance that you thought they were supposed to love you or are going to love you. I also feel like a lot of us are going to get messages, like little notes, love notes and things about how much someone loves you, but you're going to discover things from the past. We have different planets that are Mercury retrograding, that is in Mercury, but other planets that are retrograding, and they're showing us different facets. They're unleashing a lot of things. Usually the full moons are there to show you the things that you didn't see before, so that you're able to manifest something new by the time the new moon arrives. The next card that we have is the Raven. Magic, coincidence, synchronistic events. So don't be afraid to know that, you know what, I failed, I'm moving forward, and this is where I need to be. Sometimes where you need to be is not where you wanted to be, is not what you thought you were going to be, but that's where you need to be. To me, there's no such thing as coincidences, but I feel like there's going to be a renewal. Is either, again, the Death card, the Raven, that death, working with death, can either show an immortality of whatever it is that you're trying to get either away from or trying to manifest, or the death, or you know, the end of something. But every ending brings a new beginning, so try to keep that in mind if you're about to experience a breakup. Then we have the Grail Knight, romance, illusion, seeking the sacred. See, I also feel like a lot of us have been dealing with people that they can't love in the highest frequency possible. They can't possibly love unconditionally or understand why someone is loving them unconditionally. They question you every step of the way, and that's tough. That's very, very tough. So I commend those of you that are going through this situation. But if the person that you're loving unconditionally is not you know, the best person to show you unconditional love the way that you're showing them, and whatever it is that they're offering you, take that, because that's probably all they can do. Even though you know you deserve way better, way more, way better, sometimes that is all they can do at the moment. Then we have communication. See, a lot of open communication. I feel like you guys are going to get either an offer of love or an offer of letting go of certain things, an offer of discovery. It depends on what side of situation you're in. Then we have the Bard. Music, poetry, myth, history, the enchantment of storytelling. I feel like a lot of us, you know, these are like karmic relationships. You guys, if you guys hear my cat going crazy in the background, it's because she wants attention. She wants attention, and she's like playing around. So I'm so sorry about that. But anyway, you guys have a ridiculous story that you guys have been telling for ages, for centuries. But I feel like this time around, it's you're telling it your way, and you're telling it to one another. I feel like there's a lot of like missing pieces, a lot of missing source information that you guys didn't know about each other. And even if you guys let go of one another, it's still a good way to give perfect closure and positive closure, you know, and good closure to one another. But I'm gonna pull a tarot card just so that I can give you guys something to kind of like focus on that isn't so much, oh, there's so much love for this section, so much love to give. Even if you guys are single, it's like people from the past are coming up. It's crazy. Okay, so we have the Queen of Pentacles. So let bygones be bygones, and don't do much. Be a good listener. Sometimes it's best to listen for the day, or even for the next few days, for the next week or two. I feel like these energies are going to be going through for the next like 2-3 weeks. Be a good listener. Don't do much, because that'll bring you the abundance. See, the abundance and nourishment you need to be able to close doors and move forward. So I love you guys very, very much. I hope that these readings connect to you guys. I hope that you guys are doing well. Please protect yourselves. If you have to stay home, stay home. And if you're out of quarantine, if you're out of quarantine, then enjoy the fresh air. And I love you guys very much. Bye, guys.